Lee Smith.
And Eric Bailey.
From Blood and Iron Martial Arts. And today we're going to review the Superior Fencing Full Kit.
Lee, what do you get for our money?
Actually, quite a lot. It starts from the head up. You have your mask overlay, like a Spec Trinity style. You have a gorget. You have your elbow protection, jacket. You even get cup. You get leg protection, forearm protection. I mean,
you even get socks.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, overall, it's a really good value for your money. You even get a pair of pants, like their new well-designed pants. So you get quite a lot for your money. And I mean, this was not available when I started doing HEMA.
I mean, I spent well over $400 for my jacket.
Yeah, in Canadian prices, yeah, I spent easily $400 for the jacket alone. So when you consider this is going for $270 US, it's quite a value.
This just adds to the accessibility for other people to join the sport, because if you're not paying hundreds, if not over $1,000 for your kit, then it's a lot easier to get into.
Yeah, then this really levels the playing field for a lot of people who are financially not as well off as others. So things it doesn't come with. So it's definitely missing the mask. You'll have to have your own mask, but those are found fairly inexpensively.
And gauntlets as well. You'll have to have your own gauntlets.
Recommend Spec Heavy. Check out our review. Now guys, this is not how you're going to wear your mask protector. However, this is how Eric Bailey wears it in school.
I don't need a mask.
So anyway, we're going to talk about this first. It's pretty good. We've already reviewed the mask back of the head protection from Superior Fencing, and he continues to improve his product. It's got nice hard plates that segment down on the back. It's got even a hard throat protection here, which is quite nice. And the material is well made. It's very robust. So let's talk about these little ventilation holes, or kind of fake ventilation holes. Well, there's material covering them on the inside. So Farhan, you may want to fix that for the future. But I mean, I can see your idea. It's a good one, but that needs a little bit of a fix. So overall though, good value for the money. Nice gorget.
Oh, I thought it was a bib.
Well, that's what we're going to talk about. So take it off and let's see. So a couple things about this gorget. I don't particularly like this style, this kind of like bib style here. I mean, the actual gorget is pretty good itself. This part, I mean, if I was to use this myself, I would just take a knife, cut this off, and use it like that. I find this is pretty much unnecessary. It would be better if it had side flaps for collarbone protection, but this to me, totally unnecessary.
Well, most jackets have good protection there anyways.
Correct. I mean, and this does nothing but get in the way of the jacket itself, so in your mobility. So I would probably say get rid of this if you do get the kit, and then just sew a piece of fabric here and use just the actual neck guard protector. Because it's pretty solid, it's pretty good. And the Velcro on it's really nice too. So that's pretty high quality. I'm happy with that. So for lighter sparring, I mean, this could be useful. I got to give them some kind of props on it. But then if you're going to do that, you'd need to have the collarbone protection to go with it, much like the PBT. So overall, decent product. Don't like the bib. It's unnecessary for the jacket. This is also not how you wear a jacket. So now we're going to speak about the jacket quality, and this continues to improve by Superior Fencing. Farhan listens to us, which is actually quite nice. So the material keeps getting better. The new shoulder mobility is excellent. I'm actually quite impressed. Jane's reviewing the women's jacket right now, and she's made similar comments already, so that's something. This is good. I like this forearm here. The actual embroidery on the back has also gotten better too. Like, this patch is really well made. I'm extremely impressed.
Quite nice.
I like the ventilation flaps on the back too.
And the belt.
And the belt. That being said, beware of the sizing a little bit. Tony fits this jacket really well. Our guy Tony Wong, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. And this is a 2XL. It was meant for me. It's absolutely too long in the torso for me. Thanks, Farhan. Just didn't work this time. But for Tony, it fits Tony exactly. So if you're looking at ordering sizes, they're on the small side.
I also noticed that the Superior Fencing jacket has longer arms than other jackets, which is great for someone like me with the long arms.
Yeah, you and your monkey arms. So I mean, this is overall good jacket. Just beware of the sizing. They run a little small.
One thing to be aware of is that the kit comes with standard sized jackets, whether it's small, medium, large, XL, whatever. If you need custom fitted jackets, you'll probably be able to contact them and order that for a little bit of extra money. And in my opinion, it's well worth it.
So now let's talk about the actual elbows and forearm that comes together with it. So I really like this style of forearm. I like the fact that right here, the actual band transfers through to the other side. It stops it from falling off or moving around like on the spec variant. What I do not like on this is this elbow protection here. It flares out too much.
It slides around.
And it slides around a lot. If it bent in more like this, and it would give more protection to the elbow joint, and would be a better product. Overall, I like the arms, but they're imperfect. So if you fix that, that'd be fantastic.
I tend to wear this type of forearm with my jacket with a different set of elbows, just because I like the way they fit better. But if this elbow was modified a little bit, I might actually start wearing it.
Correct. So, forearm protection, A+. Cup, I mean, it's passable for tournament, but that's about it. On the bright side, though, this is actually detachable. And so what I tend to do is take this, put one of my spec elbows, like hard elbows in there, and then reattach it to here. So, I mean, they're interchangeable. So if you don't like this particular cup, you can just Velcro it back on, or take it off. Not a big deal.
It's worth noting that when we talk about what we'd like to see in this, we're talking about our ideal kit. This being an economy kit, I mean, the value is unquestionably great. Even if I don't particularly like that type of elbow, I'm not going to complain about it for the price. You just can't beat it.
It's passable. It's just not great. So now let's talk about these pants. Pants have been a big issue in HEMA for a long time. Now they're mandatory in some tournaments. And I'm a big hater on certain types of pants. These don't really fit me, but Stephen Keim, one of our instructors here, has been testing these pants for a while, and he actually really likes them. In fact, he's using them quite extensively. There are a few flaws, but overall, this is probably the best set of pants that I've seen. They have a nice stretchy material in the crotch, which allows deeper stances. So for Meyer guys, awesome. Probably the best pants on the market that I've used so far. With that said, this here, the foam padding, pretty good if you want to take a hard leg shot. Quite useful. These are interesting because they allow for a knee protection to be put inside. However, the way that they sit when they're on, it curves off to the side this way, which leaves the side of the knee exposed on either side. If this was moved over a little bit, these would actually be nearly a perfect piece of kit.
It's important to note also that the fitting of these pants really depends on the development of your thigh muscles. If you have really well-developed thighs, no pants are going to fit you well, which is why at Blood and Iron we prefer the skirt type of thigh protection.
To be honest with you, these 2XLs fit Steve extremely well, and he has well-developed thighs. So that's the other thing too, is like these are meant for a stout guy. I'm pretty impressed with that point. With the exception of the knees, with a small fix in sewing and design, this could be literally a perfect product. So I mean, lots of potential here, and probably the best pants I've seen to date.
Legs.
You got a leg.
I got a leg.
Awesome. Let's talk about these legs. These are pretty good. Like overall, they're not bad compared looking at what is on the market for leg protection. Nice part, these are really lightweight. They have nice wraparound calf protection, also good because hard calf strikes in training really, really suck. They have ankle protection, which most people don't offer yet, which is also quite good. Very heavy, kind of blocky, but I mean, this is an economy kit. So, hey, it is what it is. Again, like most of the protection in HEMA, the knees fall a little short to the sides of the knee. Just like on catcher knees, you're going to have to modify them. Pretty easy to do. Drill a couple holes, put a flap on the side, and your knee's now protected properly.
The other thing I would change about these is have a little bit of articulation around the knee. The top of my knee is actually really exposed here because this doesn't curve back.
Overall, for an economy kit, these legs are pretty good. Like, I mean, you probably won't find much better for the price. With that said, there are better knee options on the market, just not at this price point.
One of the things I also really like about this is how many Velcro straps there are and the way they attach. Like, this thing does not shift around on my leg at all. There's behind the knee, 2 on the back of the calf, and 1 for the side ankle protection. And it stays right where you put it. Most other legs that I've tried shift around a little bit here and there. This thing is solid.
So this kit also comes with
sock puppets!
Oh yeah, sock puppets!
You'll still need gauntlets to protect your hands though.
Ah! My sock puppet's too aggressive. The other thing this comes with, I mean, we're still reviewing what this thing comes with, is this bag. It's actually quite well made. Kind of surprised by it, actually. We didn't really know what to expect. Like, we store most of our gear here, but a lot of our students take transit, and I mean, having a good bag to get here is always something.
First thing I noticed is this material feels really durable.
Yeah.
Like, this is really good. The zipper is nice and chunky, so that's not going to fail easily. It's got a large pocket in the front that you could fit like a change of clothes if you're at a tournament. Apparently, if you put the mask with the flat end down, you can actually have the bag stand up on its own. Yeah,
like, I mean, that's pretty good. It has straps on the inside for a sword on to secure other gear. So if you're using, this will transport pretty much everything but the jacket itself. So not bad, and considering it comes with a kit, it's still pretty good. I would like to see I'd like to see a bag a little bigger so you could fit your jacket too, in an ideal world. But overall, if your jacket hangs at your club, and this comes with you on transit, it's a pretty good option. The other thing too is kind of cool, is this thing has little straps that allow you to shrink the size of the bag down. Mm-hmm. So if you aren't carrying your sword, you're just carrying a stick or a dussac or a messer, I mean, the bag can extend for long sword size or shorter sword size as well. Also quite helpful.
Also comes with a nice carrying handle as well as backpack straps for ease of travel.
Carrying handle here too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they really thought of everything. Overall, good bag for the price. So there's one thing we have to review that's really important here, and that is important for almost every person to have.
A cup.
And this also comes in the Superior Fencing kit. However, this is where Superior Fencing just doesn't measure up. This cup is way too small.
It says XL. I'm pretty sure this is a kid size. At least I hope so.
Oh, I really hope so.
I honestly would not feel safe wearing this. I would feel safer not wearing a cup at all.
Honestly, yeah. And even looking at the quality of the cup, this is pretty weak sauce. It's very thin. I think this is probably the worst cup I've ever seen. With that said, I mean, it's not a big deal for the kit because you can just go buy a cup for $15.
Exactly.
And now that I said this far, I'll probably make a very large cup. Like, realistically, this may fly in some places in the world, but this is definitely not Canadian size. Like, unless you're from like Muskrat Scrotum, Manitoba. Like, realistically, and your balls are all scrunched up in yourself. I mean, honestly, this thing is just not big enough.
No.
It's really good for a morale boost, though. We had a student the other day, didn't feel so good, and I was like, "Hey, buddy, check this out." And he's like, "This is really small, XL," and his back straightens up, big smile. He felt really good about himself afterwards. So, I mean, this cup does serve one purpose: the morale boost. So, we're going to give our final ratings now from the top down. The mask overlay protection, even with the weird little, like, non-effective ventilation, it's still 2 thumbs up. It's really good. It's a quality product for the price. I mean, you can't go wrong. Got hard back of the head plates, which you want, and an extra throat protector. I mean, like, it's good.
Great product.
Yep. From that, Gorget. I give this Gorget a meh.
I give it 1 thumbs up because even though the flap is kind of superfluous and unnecessary, it's a good quality Gorget. There's some decent rigidity in it, and if you cut the flap off, it's just as good as any other Gorget.
It's not as good as a Destroyer Mods.
Well,
Destroyer Mods is pretty good.
Those are...
I mean, the Destroyer Mods is my benchmark for 2 thumbs up at this point. So, this is a meh by comparison. The next down. The jacket. He's improved it. I liked it before. I like it even better now. Mm-hmm. Great shoulder mobility. The standard sizing, a little small. Remember, 2XL fits Tony Wong almost exactly. So when you keep that in mind when ordering, you know, that will save you a lot of heartache and effort. I definitely give it 2 thumbs up, though. Even though the standard sizing is a little small, the improvements he's made on it are really good. The ventilation, everything else.
The quality is just there.
Quality's there, especially for the price. So 2 thumbs up, solid. Forearm protectors. Mm-hmm. We got to do this in 2 parts because I really like the forearms. I think they're actually better than the Spec ones at this point.
They're fantastic.
Just because those guides, the little guide loops, do a lot. I do not like the actual hard elbows. I think those are pretty weak sauce. So the forearm protection itself is 2 thumbs up, where this is a meh.
Yeah.
And honestly, I give this a meh because it's serviceable. You can use it. I don't feel safe with it.
They do slide around a bit, and there's no protection back here.
I mean, it'll work in a jacket, kind of. But if you get hit on the side of the elbow, you are really going to regret it. So, I mean, that's the only part of that I would change out and say, and fix. So next part of this, the pants.
The pants.
Pants.
Space pants.
Space pants. No.
No.
Superior pants. These are actually pretty good. Overall, they're a good quality product. Probably the best pants I've seen. The stretchy material in the crotch allows us to move around properly, allows us to get into deeper stances for us Meyer guys. I mean, it's absolutely necessary.
It's mandatory.
Steve loves them. He's been working really hard on them. I trust his opinion. They fit him perfectly. They didn't quite fit me, but for Steve, it's a perfect fit, and he's had nothing but good things to say. With the exception of the turned-in knee, I have to give this a 1 thumb up. If they get the knee corrected properly, so it's now in alignment, and you can just put a rigid full knee protection in there. I mean, this is an easy 2 thumbs up product, great for light sparring.
Yep.
Leg protection. I like these legs because they're light and because they have a lot of good protective qualities. I do not like the fact that these do not have a side protection, and the current knee cap protection is inadequate. So, told by my camera guy, get that hair looking good. Oh,
there you go.
That's just for you. Anyway, back to the knee protection. We want to make sure that we have good knee protection on the sides of the knee. The cup of the knee doesn't cover it. However, it's easily modifiable. So you could take this very lightweight knee protection, put this on the back, and fix it so it covers. Otherwise, it's a great product. It's very light. It protects a lot. And for the price, it's pretty much unbeatable.
Now, for myself, I have really long legs, so I would want a little extra protection going up over the thigh with some articulation. But again, it fits great. It stays in place. It's light. You can move really well with them. It's a good product.
It's an economy kit, right? So you get what you pay for, but you get a lot for this. So, 1 thumb up.
Absolutely.
The next thing we're working on is the socks. These are great sock puppets. Oh, the best.
They are talkative.
I give 2 thumbs up for sock puppets. Add googly eyes, and you're good to go. With that said, they're socks. Let's just be honest. They're nice. They feel good. They're socks. They don't have holes in them, so I guess they're a good product.
If you run out of socks, you can always wear these.
Yeah, they're just good quality socks. Next thing we're going to talk about is the bag.
Oh, yeah.
So this bag, I like it. Really good for students, especially students who are transit dependent. So if you have a light kit, light gear, they can take it in there. They can take it to and from, school to home, or from work to home. It depends on what your work environment's like.
Yeah, you can even take it to a tournament to carry most of your stuff.
You could even probably keep that bag, fold it down, and bring it as an extra bag in case you are in the habit of winning a lot of prizes, like myself or like Axel or guys like that. So also very useful for that. So overall, I give the bag 2 thumbs up, but it would be a little better if it would fit the jacket too. However, that will fit a light jacket. So if you're doing lighter sparring, it's a great bag.
Perfect for rapier.
Yeah, absolutely perfect for rapier. And now our least favorite piece, the place where, this kit falls a little short.
The cup.
The cup. This cup is weak sauce.
Shot glass.
Well, I don't know. I don't think that even fits enough for a shot. So let's be honest here. I give the cup definitely 2 thumbs down. The only superior fencing product I have to give 2 thumbs down to. It's not very good. Don't wear it. Spend the extra $15 at your local sporting goods store.
Get a proper cup.
Get one that fits, like a hockey cup or something like that, and really protect your junk. Because if you damage your junk,
bad things happen.
You're really not going to be a happy dude.
Yeah.
So that is our overall rating for this whole product line, though, is like the whole kit is 2 thumbs up.
Absolutely.
For price,
it
makes it makes HEMA accessible to students. And that is a big thing. HEMA is expensive to get into. Your gear lasts a long time, but it is a barrier to most students. This takes a lot of barriers away. Most people can save up $300 to kind of get themselves kitted out, with the exception of the mask and the gloves. I mean, you can get a mask can be found fairly cheaply, and gloves, best gloves. I mean, they're an investment, but your fingers are also need to be protected.
Yeah.
So, but for $270 all in, you'll get a lot for $270.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, I don't think the price can be beaten, and you can order directly from them, which is kind of nice. So, I hope you enjoyed our review on the Superior Fencing full kit, and we have more reviews coming in the future because some really nice people are sending us more stuff. Also, so you know, this was sent to us by Farhan, but if something sucks, I'm going to tell you anyway, because that's just how we roll. He knew that going in.
Oh, yeah.
So, till next time.
Bye-bye now.